All right, so what I built here so far was a OpenSuse 15.5 with a KDE desktop on it, and I installed a virtualization layer on the one server, and I've just installed a second one, and I'm going to try and cluster them. This is all in an attempt to find a replacement for VMware. This might work in a home lab, and I'll show you what I've been working through so far. All right, so it's kind of a basic interface. It's not as robust as vCenter. SLES, maybe the enterprise server has more to it. I'll probably test that next, but I was just looking for something quick and free just to check out. So here it's the qemu KVM hypervisors that I'm using. I also have Zen. I installed that on here, but after reading that the market is moving away from that one, I'm probably not going to use that one. I might evaluate it yet, I'm not sure, but I don't think I am. Right now, the qemu KVM seems to be the way to go if you're using, OpenSuse or other Linux variants that have hypervisor. So far, I've just installed a Windows 2022 box on the hypervisor. I'm just going to show you a couple things here. Arrow up, see some of my commands. This uses the virsh command a lot. So you can see how to delete. The domain is actually the name of the VM itself. So I struggled with this for a while to figure out what I was doing here. But so snapshot-list, name, domain. There, I got nothing on it. But then I can create a snapshot. You can also do this in a GUI, but I didn't know you could at first because I couldn't find it. It wasn't easy to find because it didn't show up because I was doing it on a laptop and I didn't see the full screen basically. So, all right. So we're going to create a snapshot here, and this command says create snapshot-create-as, and it's going to take the VM here, which is the name is win2k22, which is the domain, the -- domain, win2k22 -- name, and that's the name of the snapshot, which will be snap1, and this will take a minute. Another thing I like to point out is you need to be in the root when you do this, or even if you use sudo, you're going to have to make sure you put the proper permissions on certain directories that you'll need. Like if you mount an ISO and then install from that, you'll need to have the permissions there. But if you just do it as root, you're okay. So one of the things you had to do is when I install the OS, it automatically logs in as the user you create. You have to disable that, or you can uncheck that tick when you install it, so it doesn't automatically log in. Then you can just log in as root. So now we'll see the snapshot list here with the snapshot list command. Snap1 is on there. So now we're going to delete it. Somewhere here I have delete. Probably already passed it. Delete. There we go. So just delete it. Oh, that ain't the one, I guess. Like I said, I'm just playing with this for the first time recently, so I'm still fumbling through a lot of stuff. So right here we have to delete domain win2k22 with the snapshot name being snap1. It'll take a minute to go out and do that. All right, so the name, the snap1 snapshot is now deleted, and we can list it. There's nothing there. So now we go back here, and this console loads. If you close out of here, you just do virt think it's dash and virt-manager, and that loads up this interface for us. So here we can open the console to the Windows server, send keys, view the console, view snapshots, view details, and this is where I first seen the snapshots and I didn't know how to make it. Resize VM, consoles, different things you can do here, but there's not too much. Details is kind of important sometimes. It'll tell you where certain things are that you might need, like CPU, memory, performance, any special boot options. There's a lot of XML files that you can edit in here, which you can also do command line. So we're going to go back to view the console. And here you can shut down, reboot, force off, or you can save, which is pause. Basically, it's the same thing. And here's a migrate option where you can migrate it to a different server, which I haven't had it to the cluster yet. It's just a single server right now with a hypervisor on it. I'm going to add one to it and see how that goes. And if I go to view snapshots again, this is where I got lost before. If the window is not sized properly, you won't see that bottom area, which I didn't. So you can just create a snapshot here. You call it whatever you want. And I'm not seeing the bottom here for this either, but there should be something here that lets me create a snapshot. So if I move this window up a little bit, you can see that there's a finish button here to create a snapshot. So I'll do that and I'll create a snapshot, but the whole thing doesn't fit in the window. I am running it in a VMware environment, which is not supported, and that's probably why I'm not seeing everything. So it's like nested virtualization, VMware doesn't support. So here we go, we got a snapshot running. And this is the first time I actually created one in the GUI here. So let's see, view console, send key, Control-Delete. I guess Control-Delete reboots it, so don't do that. Don't send the Control-Delete key. That can't be right. All right, send key, Control-Delete. Doesn't reboot it. I don't know what happened there. So I just do a send key, Control-Delete. From here, it takes me to the login. And I created a test file on the desktop. So I'm going to test the snapshot here. Oh, this is not good at all. Let's see. This only says a scroll bar here. All right, cancel that. I'm going to delete that file. Now I'm going to go back to my snapshots here, and let's see what happens if I restore this. Start snapshot. Okay, so the start snapshot is the restore. Oh, yes. All right, let's go view the console again. All right. And there you go, my test files back. So the snapshot restore works. I don't need to view this anymore. Go back snapshot. So now I'm going to just delete it. We don't need that anymore. All right. Close this whole menu. You can see I still only have the one Windows machine here. I'm going to try and connect one, but I got to build the other server first. So I'll show you how to install virtualization, the qemu kvm. So make sure you log in as root. And this is my box 2 here. And then we're going to start yast. And go down to virtualization, install hypervisor and tools. And there's the Zen hypervisor and a KVM hypervisor. And as I already said, I'm probably going to skip this and not even evaluate it, but I'm not sure yet. I'm still in the preliminary research here. So this is all, new to me. VMware has been my bread and butter for the last 10, 15 years. So Zen here, from what I read, does not support USB devices, and people are moving away from it. And KVM supports a larger or broader range of operating systems. And there's a lot of other differences too. I just don't remember them all offhand. But right now I'm going to go through KVM server, KVM tools. And I don't want to do my updates right now. So I'll accept this to install. And I'm just bridging. I didn't set up any special networks for this. I'm just doing a basic eval here to see what I want to work with in the future, since it looks like Broadcom is basically taking a hostile takeover of VMware, and they're charging like 3 times the amount that they used to for licensing. So a lot of places are probably going to jump ship. So I'm just trying to be prepared, which I'm sure you guys are too, or you wouldn't be watching this. And I'm not sure what the differences are between SLES KVM and the OpenSuse, if there is any at all, but I'm going to look into that after I look into this, because most likely any place is going to have a licensed version of SLES, and they're not going to be running the OpenSuse version in a corporation. This is just for basically home lab and testing, but I will get an eval license for the other one, for SLES. I think they have 60-day evals. Okay. Great. I'm ready to roll. So I am going to open up a console and do virt-manager.